Alrighty, so we're still hauling here, and I don't know how long it's going to take this guy. This guy's making 20 million for 40 jumps is what it is right now. The contracts are 20 jumps, pays 20 million, but then I may have a deadhead back. A deadhead in trucker terms is basically going back with no load, and which means you don't get paid, which means you're paying for fuel and stuff. There's no fuel on these, but in real trucker terms, you're paying for fuel, you know, the miles, all that. So, yeah, just the way it goes. And then this guy, we docked up for a minute because I got scanned while we were on our way. And so now I'm going to head back on out, let it sit for 10 or 20 minutes. Yeah. You don't use the propulsion trick when leaving a station because it doesn't work. Only works off of gates. Kinesis is a common scanning ship for scanning cargo. Explorer ships are common. He's just hanging out here. Oh, so there he goes. So if they're sitting at, if their movement is 0, that's also a suspect kind of trait.
Warp drive active.
What's the value of the haulers? I think this one's what, about 3 billion? .5. It's 2.5 billion. And then another one here.
Warp drive active.
The 719. Yeah, it's including some of the cargo I got. 700 million. All right, let's see here. This Griffin, he's at 0. He's scanning people. Most likely.
Warp drive active.
Just because he's sitting at 0. These guys, you see I have them flagged. They are probably Goons. So, not all goons are an issue, but I do have goons flagged. It's just in their nature to be an issue. All right, so now got this here. We're gonna do a Instadoc and hit that, hit autopilot,
Autopilot engaged.
turn on all of these. I don't need to overheat them. The chances of getting shot by a bunch of ships at landing is pretty low because I'm going to land inside the station and dock instantly.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached. Warp drive active.
All right, I made it here. Things separated out. Yeah, we're going to switch ships. Switch to a freighter here. Clean it. This one looks really good with this skin. Then I'm going to take like 10,000 of this. Like 500,000. Oh, 8. Is that 674 million? .5. Go. Feels a little bit better. This guy still going. More Edencom stuff.
Warp drive active.
He's almost to his destination.
Warp drive active.
Raza, you think coming back to the game? Pros and cons? Well, the game still takes some time to play it. That's about the only con. The pros, there's a lot of them. If you've been gone for 6 years, there's a lot of new ships. There's new space areas you've not encountered before. Whole bunch of new things to do. Completely new how all the tools for managing corporations or being a member corporation. There's so much stuff. Yeah, it's incredible how much stuff there is, actually. Eve's been doing a really good job keeping a really good cadence of releases of new stuff. Graphics are improved. Need a buddy link, ! Eve.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yeah, some high-sec systems got overtaken by Triglav. Now they're in a region called Pochvan. So there is, I mean, CCP keeps producing enough stuff in game that no one will ever do everything in the game. And even if you were somebody who'd played every day for 20 years, there'd still be new shit for you to do and find out. And there'd still be stuff you find out to be like, oh, they put that in 10 years ago, I never even noticed. Wow, this is interesting. You know, type of stuff. So, yeah. All right. Josmento can be a problem. That's where I'm heading into. Looks fine right now. Poignan can also be a problem. I think it's in Poignan that there's one gank group that bases themselves in there. This Griffin Navy issue, you notice he's not moving at all or anything? He's probably scanning ships and might be using a silent scanner. I didn't see if there was a beam come from him or not. And he's called Show Me Your Goodies. Yep. I think it's pretty safe to say that he's scanning. So we'll see if all of a sudden there's a fleet up here. Uncle Stu, hello. You know, if I'm going to be going through here a bunch or whatnot, and it looks like there's hostiles that have been camping along the way, I can just put a scout in the system so that I know what's up. That's what I do for Udema. I have a dedicated Udema character.
Warp drive active.
All right, so this guy about to land at Rennes. Drop off his contract. And then we'll see if there's anything to take back. Probably not, but we'll see.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, delivering this. Done. And then if there's anything here. Well, those pay 40 million, but for 48 jumps. Yeah, there's just nothing here. Most stuff's going to Jita. So we're going to end up going back empty. We're empty. I'm not too worried about him. We're going to just autopilot him. Get the first jump going. Then I just hit autopilot.
Drive active. Autopilot engaged.
And I can focus on my other guy here. The thing about this skin here is that the front of it looks so good and the back of it looks so bad.
Warp drive active.
What else I got? Got the shoot me first skin. Is this what we've got for our giveaway today? I think that there is this on. Yep. Let's see here. We got a hype train. That skin right there will be involved. Yeah, I call it the shoot me first skin. It looks like a big target on it. It's just bright. Makes you visible. It doesn't mean you get shot first. It's just what I call it. Deer camp skin. Yeah, like the orange vest. Like, don't shoot me, but it draws your eye. Mm-hmm. At least the back end of it looks better. It's not just a solid color. Whoever did the obelisk with that other skin made it just look fantastic in the front. In the back, just no good.
Warp drive active.
Fenrir. I like the way Fenrir's look and everything. And, well, wait. Let's see. Can I... Wait, I can't look at him? How do I... He's jumping through. Couldn't I look at him? What happened to look at? There was only look at myself. This guy. Look at my ship. Show info. Pilot. What happened to the... What happened to looking at another person's ship? Am I missing something? What are we doing? We're hauling some freight. I mean, I used to right-click and look at people's ships all the time. I don't want any information about them. I want to actually look at the ship. That is a very valid tactic because ships that can fit like missiles or turret or guns or whatever, you can look at them and see what they're fitted with. I don't think they have to be targeted. That's a little bit... These are on grid. Oh, here we go. Look at. Well, now... Why did that one work and the other ones didn't? What am I missing? I don't know.
Warp drive active.
Maybe because they're in warp each time. Those other guys were not. Maybe it's because they're in warp. Process of landing or leaving. I think it's really the process of them going into or exiting warp that I haven't been able to look at them. And so probably that. Because those Gnosis were stationary for a minute, and I was able to look at them. So it doesn't look like that's changed, just looks like the condition. And I don't usually use it a lot in HiSec. It's normally a nullsec thing that I end up doing, you know?
Warp drive active.
Now, we talked about a little bit ago about like Edencom attacking you or Triglav, and if you're on autopilot and you accidentally land someplace like this where you're having to, you know, slow boat to the gate because you're on autopilot, it's your choice then is to just warp away. You stop your autopilot, you just warp away to something else, because you will not survive long enough getting pummeled all the way to the gate, especially if there's another Edencom system in the next system, which I think this one right here, that there is another one through there. So this guy doesn't have to worry about it. He has to worry about Triglav though. So probably if I want to do some more serious hauling with him, I got to go get his standings set up.
Warp drive active.
Edencom will attack you if you have low standings with them. If they're white, they're not going to attack you. If they're red, they're going to attack you. And a lot of us, we kind of messed up our standings whenever the Triglav invasion happened. You know, shooting a bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, some of my characters had to fix it. So he just jumped through the gate, and it's just what I said, 2 Edencom systems back to back. So it'd be bad if I'd been attacked in one, slow-boated through that gate, and then I'd be dead over here. And somebody'd get some really nice salvage.
Warp drive active.
How do you fix your Edencom standing? You go to Pochvin, and you can shoot rats there, I think, which will bring up your standings with Edencom and Triglav at the same time, I think. And you know, if you have high enough standings with Edencom, and you were going through, and this is another thing that people won't know. People won't know what kind of standings you have. But let's say that they wanted to do a gank attempt in an Edencom system, and you had high enough standings with Edencom that Edencom would defend you. Because you can get high enough standings that if you get attacked in an Edencom system, Edencom will, if they're there at the gate, they will help defend you. And so that could be quite a surprise to a fleet of gankers. But the chances of someone having that high of Edencom standing is probably pretty low. They probably don't live in HiSec. They probably live in Pochvin, if they do, which it'll defend them there as well. But yeah, gankers probably don't have to worry about that too much. You have -2 something with Edencom? Oh, well, in high sec, they will attack you. You can survive an attack from Edencom in a freighter like this, as long as you're not autopiloting. As long as you don't have 2 systems in a row. What's the best corps to join if you haven't played much in a long time? So, Pandemic Horde, I mean, I know a little bit about Pandemic Horde, and that there are some corps in there that'll let anybody in, and you use them as kind of stepping stone corps to prove that you're not a spy or an idiot. You spend a few months in those, or just stay in them for good because you're enjoying it. And then graduate to a different corp that's not gated, which has access to the full area. And, you know, for goons, I don't know much about it. I mean, if you enjoy ganking people or conflict or whatnot, maybe goons is for you. I've got characters in Horde. You can do !corp. And our corp, there is an interview to get in. But if you get in, you can get all your characters in, and we've got good space and have a good time out there in Null. So, probably a few options for you. And if you have some skills and you're a returning player, probably either side would be happy to have you. Yeah, just so you have some old-timer experience, being that you played so long ago. Probably use more alpha and mega injectors. Well, how many plex for 30 days of time? 500 plex. Costs you about 3 billion ISK right now. It's pretty expensive. Redo tutorials on new character, relearn the game? Yeah, absolutely. The tutorial, the new player experience is really, really good. I highly recommend it. So, and then also !Eve, the gaming. Do !Eve, who was that was asking? It wasn't the gaming. Anyway, !Eve. If you follow that link, whether you're alpha or omega or whatever, or even if you have a 20-year-old account, if you haven't done it before, you can get 1 million extra skill points added to that account, and then it gives me a little something too. So, once a year you can use the link for? No, I don't think it's once a year. I think it's just once per account. Rab, you've been in a PH Entry Corp for 2 months looking for a gated corp. Yeah, so do !Corp, Rab. You can come join us and take the bait. We are full access. But, like I said, you have to do an interview. They want to make sure that you're not a spy. So... And for that reason, we don't have many asshats in our corp. It just don't. They're good people. So. You're doing the new player experience right now, still overwhelming for somebody completely new? Oh, yes. Because you just don't know what you're doing. And that's normal. So it is a little bit harder to get into Eve than it is other games. But because Eve is very different from other games. Like, if you've played WoW and then you take another game that's medieval fantasy, that's, you know, the same style and use the same kind of icons, stuff like that, you kind of know what you're doing. In Eve, it's different. It's just a different play style and everything. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's different from those other types. So it takes you a little bit more work. But once you get in, I mean, things are excellent. I have a song about joining us in Eve. Do.
Piloting my cruiser, everything's in sight. Warp drive humming, everything feels right. Ships fully fitted, ready for the fight. In the world of Eve, we're reaching new heights.
Drive
I'm an Eve
active.
enjoyer, soaring high above. Battles and adventures, stories that we love. Join me in the universe, there's so much to do.
Dead Jedi
You're an
NN is
Eve
night night.
enjoyer, B12. Mining in the belt, resources abound. Trading on the market, making ice rounds. Alliances are forged, some bridges we burn. In the game of Eve, there's so much to learn. I'm an Eve enjoyer, soaring high above. Battles and adventures, stories that we love. Join me in the universe, there's so much to do. Are you an Eve enjoyer? B12.
What happens if you log out during the starting tutorial? Probably just pick up where you left off.
From wormholes to null
I'm guessing.
the journey is a prize. Every jump we take, new challenges arise. The galaxy's our playground, endless and wide. Come and be an Eve enjoyer, take it all in stride. I'm an Eve enjoyer, soaring high above. Battles and adventures, stories that we love. Join me in the universe, there's so much to do. Are you an Eve enjoyer? V12, set your course and start the path. The adventure's overdue. In the world of Eve Online, it's all waiting for you. I'm an Eve enjoyer, through and through. Come aboard, be an Eve enjoyer too.
Good song. Alright, I am almost to my station.
Warp drive active.
right.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm helping out customers at the same time here. Decent song was AI made. So I wrote the lyrics and then directed, used AI for the instruments and the vocals. All right, so now I could put materials in here. And then I've got some stuff to take out. More. I don't know if I have more to take, though. Find out here. Sorry. Store's really busy today. All right. So I also have a thing here that's 2 Jita. Nothing in it. Okay. Item hanger. Oh, I forgot to sell these war clones. We're still buying them. Kind of surprised. I mean, maybe they're still able to turn them in. All right. Well, how much have we got? 959 million. Which it's an okay amount. Not too high, not too low. Right in the middle. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.